Hello my dear friends, today we're going to do a Bob Dylan song. It's one of his finest, it's called Blowing in the Wind. It goes like this. How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? And how many seas must the white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Etc, etc. Right, yeah, Bob Dylan. Why are we doing another Dylan song? Well, two reasons. One, it's a brilliant song. Two, there's a film just come out about Bob Dylan, so everyone's talking about him again. And I thought it really important that we play one of his most famous songs. This one is from his second album called The Freewheeling Bob Dylan, came out in 1963. But the hit, it was Peter, Paul and Mary, a band called Peter, Paul and Mary. They had a big hit with it. And that's what brought it to my attention when I was young, when I was a kid. And like a lot of Dylan songs, they were made famous by other people, you know, like the Byrds and Tambourine Man. Didn't realise that this fella called Bob Dylan had done them. But anyway, it's a Dylan song. It's a great one to do. We're doing the original version. For those people who have watched him playing it live with no capo, we're doing it with a capo. Two reasons. One, that's how he played it on his album. Why are we doing the album version? Because that's the one that everyone will know, not the one he did in 1981 or something at a concert. So we're doing it with the capo. If you don't like it with the capo, however, you can just move the capo down the neck to suit your voice. Or, as he does these days, he takes it off, okay? But I like it where it is because it's how he played it on the album, all right? Now, instead of the mouth organ, we can do what I just did then and just play the little instrumental bits which cover the chorus. So we've got no problem there. The most important thing you've got to do now is download your idiot-proof paperwork, because all the layout for how we get these little bass runs between chords are on this. Okay, so download your paperwork, get that done. Please click the thumbs up because it really helps the channel. Thank you for those people that buy me a cup of tea and coffee by pressing the thanks button and donating a couple of quid. That's great. Or for those people who have now joined my Patreon platform, which gives you the behind the scenes look at everything I do. All right, so thank you for all that. Let's begin. Quick look at this before we start, okay? For those people new. Capo at the 7th fret. I'm referring to the shapes I'm playing, okay? Clearly, if I'm playing a G up here, then the key is actually in this where this is now. We're actually in the key of D, but we're using a G shape, so I'm going to refer to the shapes, okay? That's what we're going to do. Capo 7th all the way through. Obviously, the count is at the bottom, so you can't get lost. And here are the single notes that we're going to play. In this case, a 6, and the down is the strum, is where your plec will follow, okay? And more importantly, I think, which will really help you know where you're up to, I've added the lyric at the top of each shape, because the lyric is what will help you remember where you're going with the track. It's a beginner's lesson, and it's a sort of an extension to the lesson we did a couple of weeks ago when we were looking at bass notes between chords, okay? So this is now going to put into practice what we looked at then, all right? So it's a great one to do. Let's begin. So I'm coming straight in with the verse when he starts to sing. So we're looking at this now. So if you look down below, you'll see it's got 6 down, 6 up, down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, importantly, you'll notice even though some of the ands are missing, you know, I'm still letting my hand move. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And when I'm striking the 6, because I don't want to disturb it, I'm pulling away from the 6. Okay, I'm not going. And then when I come down with the plec to play the strum that follows it, I'm trying to avoid it by slicing the other way. And that's what we're going to do throughout this track. So a little bit of technique. You won't notice it, you see, when you look at a player doing it like this. It looks like they're just coming straight down flush with the guitar, but they're not. Okay. capo one properly, shall we? It sounded a bit weird. There we go. So let's look at the first bit. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 6 down, 6 up, down. And then look at the top. How does that correlate with the what's at the bottom? The lyric. How many? Next chord is a C. We know that. We just take these two fingers and bring them down here. Now, if you want to play your G like that, you can. He does that. But it means when you go to your C, you've got to move all your hand. You know, you've got to move the whole thing, and it's quite problematic. It can be. I play my G like this, so you can just do that. It's up to you. To me, this is the best way. So we're on C now. And then we look at down below. Oh, 5 down. Then we've got a C with a B. What does that mean? We're going to take this finger and move it from here to there. Okay, that's all it means. And we're going to play 5 up, down. Now, in isolation, these half shapes sound odd. Yeah, but when we put it together, it won't. So we've got this from the top. 6 down, 6 up, down, 5 down, 5 up, down. How many roads must I? Okay, page 1 is done. Then we're looking to the chord D, or the shape D, I must point out, because we have got a capo one. We look down, we'll see at the top it's a D with an A. What does that mean? Well, we're going to play the D shape, but we're going to focus on the A string. Okay, why? Because that's what he does. And we're going to play 5 down. Oh, it's 5 down, up. 5 down, up. 4 down, up. Why does he do it that way around? I don't know, he just does. It's Mr. Dillon. Man walk. Now that's the only time he'll go from a 5 down up to a 4 down up. Every other time during this song he goes 5 down up, and he puts his thumb on the bass string at the 2nd fret, which you may find easier. Okay, so if you've got a choice. If you don't like doing that with the thumb later on, you can always do a 4, 5 down up, 4 down up, as in this case, rather than what we'll see. We'll get to it. So we've got 5 down up, 4 down up, back to your G. 6 down, 6 up, down. So we've got pages 1 and 2 done. Let's play it really slowly. How many roads must a man walk down? With a bit of pace. How many roads must a man walk down? And then you'll see the B at the end there to take us into the next page. B, we're on to page 3. Back to G, same sort of thing. B, 4, you can. Okay, I'll do that again. Same as it was before. 6 down, 6 up, down. Back to your C. 5 down, 5 up, down. 4, you can call him. Page 3 is done. Here, ma. Back to G. 6 down, 6 up, down, up. And he does a little hammer on this one. He just thought he'd do it. Before you can call him a man. And, it's dead easy. And onto page 5. Same again. 6 down, 6 up, down. C again. 5 down, 5 up, down. Into the next part of the verse. How many C's must the... Start to get the feel of it now. It's going to go to D. Now this is where he plays a 5 down up, but instead of going to a 4, he puts his thumb there at the bass string 2nd fret to play an F sharp, which we're going to try and do. 5 down up, 6 down. Sounds nice, that. If you can't do that thumb thing, don't fear it. Just go 5. Either hit the 5 twice or go to the 4. But it is good to be able to do that. Why does... Oh, back to G for the word sail. 6 down, 6 up, down. How many seas must the white dove sail? B, another B, prelude to the next page, which is page 7. B, same again. B, 4, she sleeps in the... On to page 8. 5 down, 6 up, down with the thumb. Stand twice. Yes, and guess what's coming next? Same as before. How many times must the D again? 5, 5 down, 6 up, down. Cannonballs. Back to G. 6 down, 6 up, down. Fly. Page 11. It's idiot proof. B. 6 down, 6 up, down. 5 down, 5 up, down. See the way it follows the same thing. Before, there, forever. Back to G. 6 down, 6 up, down, 6 down. Before, there, forever, bend. And then into the chorus. Now pay attention to this chorus, because the bass lines are going to follow the words somewhat. And you're going to do that with, if you haven't got a mouth organ, we're going to play the chorus again without singing, but we'll highlight the bass notes exactly as it's written now. The 5 down, 5 up, down, 5 down, 6 up, down. Answer, my friend, is come on, Rob, is blowing in. Now we've got blowing in. Let's have a look at this. We've got 6 down up on page 14, 6 down up. Then we've got our 5 and it says open. So it means we'll bring this finger off to play the 5th string open, as in where the capo is. So blowing in the, so on the words in the, just off, on. Blowing in the, back to C, wind, the. Now what he does there, he alternates the bass note. He goes wind, the. Now you can either play a full C to do that, or you can go, I'd probably do that, okay? Onto the page 15, the, back to C, answer is, back to D, blowing in the wind. Then we've got, onto page 16, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And after that bar, the mouth organ comes in. And if you look to your right where the notes, repeat chorus for mouth organ solo, same chord layout for all of the verses. So we're going to repeat the chorus as we just did it. And we will play that instead of playing the mouth organ. Now, if you've got a mouth organ, cool, put it on. I don't know what key it's in, but you'd have to get one, okay? Now, below that, we're at the end now, by the way, folks, you're done. All you'll do is sing the next verse, which is same chords with different lyrics, etc., etc. Look at these notes. This is the original version that's placed on the Freewheeling album. I told you about that before. In later performances, his live performances, he played it without the capo, but he used the same shapes. So if I was to go, let me just show you what I mean by that. How many words must I can't sing that up there. Why did he do it there? I don't know. He probably does it here again now. How many roads must a man walk down before he can call him a man? And how many seas must the white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. And so on. Great, great song. Now, if you can learn how to play Blowing in the Wind, we can start looking at other songs by Dylan and artists that copied him. People like Donovan, you know. They say, well, that's why we wear these hats, you see, because it's that like folky thing, you know. And apart from the fact it stops our thinning hair, I've still got enough. If I take my ass off now, people don't know who I am. But they all know me on YouTube as that guy with the hat. So say you were doing a Donovan song, we'd be playing C, F and G. C would be like that, F like that, G like that. Same sort of thing. In the chilly hours and minutes of uncertainty, I long to be in the warm hold of your loving mind. See the way those bass notes, it's fantastic. Right, that's it, we're done. Bob Dylan, learn that one. If it does well, we may do another one. I wouldn't mind doing a couple. I've already done one some time ago, Knocking on Heaven's Door, which is just a 4-chord thing. Beautiful song. Great songs, you see, you don't need many chords. This one's only got 4. All right, so thank you again for those people who have joined me on Patreon. There's a link below if you want to join me there. I did one a video the other day on how I use my amp settings. You know, because a lot of people ask, it's not amplified today, but sometimes I amplify it. If I'm doing things like Here Comes the Sun and all that. So I've explained how I do that. There's behind the scenes sort of stuff, you know, addition to what I'm doing. I'll always do me 2 free videos a week on YouTube, so don't fear that. This is an additional thing, so it'll cost you a tenner if you want to join Patreon. So we've done that. So let's have, on Saturday, this Saturday coming, excuse me, we're going to be having a look at this. Took me ages to do this, Malaguena. Now I've broken it into 5 bits, and most players I've seen on, although it's a famous classical piece by Tarrego, or Tarrego, however you pronounce it, people tend to just play the bits of it they know, you know, and they'll leave out bits they can't do or they don't like, and you get away with it because I've not yet found a real definitive version of it. So we're going to look at that. I won't go into too much detail about it now because it's a Dylan day. All right, so you beginners, you've got a great song to do. Work on it. For those people that want to move the capo around, you can just play exactly the same shapes as we've done. And always remember, when I refer to a G or a D or an A, I'm referring to the shapes, because clearly with a capo one, say you were playing with a keyboard player, for example, and they said, what chord are you playing there? You know, well, we're playing the shape G, but you would have to use your caged system that we discussed and say, well, G, the G shape there, that note is a D. So we're actually playing in the key of D, all right? And that's important if you want to buy a harmonica in order to play the song, if you're going to capo it, okay? D. Right, on that note, I shall love you and leave you, and I shall see you at the weekend. Until then, take care and thanks for the support. Bye-bye.